In today's topic, we will try to explore and understand the question that how one can improve the competence in English language. It is a common question. Majority of the students, they always ask me, majority of the people they raise that how they can improve English language competence. First of all, we must understand that language has 4 basic skills. They are listening, speaking, reading and writing. And so for the competence of any language is concerned, these 4 primary skills, they carry the fundamental and basic importance. If one is going to ignore any one of the skills, he won't be able to have astonished command over the language. Apart from that, first of all, one must strive or struggle so far the correctness in language is concerned. Later on, the second step after correctness, that is the greatness, and greatness comes with the passage of time when one is going to practice a language properly and frequently. So these 4 skills: listening, speaking, reading and writing. But over here I would like to raise a question that is pertaining to L1, L2, L3, suppose language 1, language 2, language 3. What happens? That was L1, that's the language you are born in a family, the language of your family, the language of your parents. Once you are born, the language that is being spoken in the family, at home, the baby starts listening to that language, and with the passage of time, when he comes to the age of speaking, the same baby starts speaking. So the listening and speaking, these are the 2 skills what a baby learns at home, and then he goes to school, and school basically works for improving 2 skills. They are reading and writing. In the case of L1, suppose a baby is born in a family, Sindhi family, definitely would be able to listen and speak Sindhi, and the school they would teach him how to read and write Sindhi. A baby who is born in a family where the Urdu or Punjabi or Pashto language is being spoken, definitely the same baby would be able to listen and speak Urdu, Punjabi, Pashto, but for the listening, for other 2 skills, he has to join the schools. So in L1, that is the language that's being spoken in the family, in your surrounding, the society you live in. Definitely the person is able to acquire these 2 skills, that's listening and speaking. But the remaining 2 school, he has to go under through academic process, formal process for learning these 2 other skills. Especially what happens in our schools generally, because in Pakistan general or Sindh in particular, English is not L1. English is sometimes it becomes L2, sometimes even L3. Suppose a baby is born in a family where Sindhi is spoken, Sindhi becomes L1, then he comes to the society and Urdu becomes his L2, then English becomes L3, like that. So what happens, the basic approach, the most I must call it the common error in teaching English in our school is that we adopt the same technique what generally we use for teaching 2 other languages, because in all our schools there is no proper classes for listening and speaking. Whatever our syllabus that is only based for improving reading and writing skills of the students, eventually they become able to read English, to write English, but they lack in speaking as well as in listening. These 2 skills, they remain unexplored, and the student doesn't have that much competence in these two remaining skills. What is the solution is that we must try to bring these two remaining skills into the practice so that our student can have competence in remaining these two skills. And in presently, especially, I don't mean in the private sectors, there are some private organizations and schools, they are working over there. We find that the listening classes and speaking classes, but generally in government schools or government setup, only they put emphasis on reading and writing, but the remaining two skills are ignored, or they are not being emphasized or concentrated on. Eventually the students do not have that much competence in listening and speaking English, and it's the most common let me call that hindrance or the problem what the students from interior, the students from Sindh or in Pakistan generally they are going to suffer from. So we have to go for the listening of the on daily basis, and then we have to go for speaking on daily basis. Hence we can improve these four skills, and we can have a good sort of a command in English language competence, and so far the skills of language are concerned. Apart from that, these four skills, what is the important way? It means what are the essentials of listening or learning a language? There are three main important areas. Whatever language you want to learn, there are three important areas what we have to focus when we are going to improve or we are going to learn any language. The first of all, that's the semantics. What's the semantics? Collection of words. A student or the person who wants to learn any language must collect vocabulary, must collect words so that he can have good sort of word bank. The words, if he has got good sort of and some sort of vocabulary, he would be able to understand, he would be able to speak, he would be able even to read, write like that thing. So the vocabulary, let me call that semantics, the words and their meanings. It is the first thing what we must have to go for. The second thing that is we call it phonology, the study of sounds, but in the case of English language we have to rather prefer phonetics. The phonetics basically is a study of pronunciations, how to pronounce words correctly. The most important thing is the proper pronunciation, the exact pronunciation that also carry weightage. If the person has got the word and its meaning, but is unable to pronounce the words properly, or sometimes the people they are going to speak Urdu, English, but their way or their accent is rather affected by their regional dialect. So the people are speaking English in Sindhi, people are speaking English in Pashto, and even the people are speaking English in Punjabi. So we must try to improve our accent as well, and in this regard, the study of phonetics, the study of pronunciation is important. So first thing, semantics, collect words, as many, whatever sources, books, newspapers, radio, television, friends, society, where from you collect the words and you must know the meaning. First thing. The second thing is that the proper pronunciation is important. We must focus that what is the exact pronunciation of a particular word. Then there comes the third thing, that's the syntax, and in syntax we have got grammar, all the rules and all the regulations, they come third. So for the learning of language, we have three essentials: semantics, collecting words; phonetics are pronunciations, to pronounce those words in a correct manner; and the third thing is syntax. And in syntax, we go on to understand different grammatical or linguistic rules and their proper adaptations and their proper implementations. So I would like to sum it up with this thing, that these three essentials of language: semantics, collection of words; number two, phonetics, proper pronunciation; number third, syntax, the grammar or grammatical rules. And so for the skills are concerned, there are four skills: listening, speaking, reading, writing. And the important thing which must be highlighted over here is that we must focus on listening and speaking, because these two skills are not focused in our schools. The students won't find opportunity of speaking or opportunity of listening. So there must be listening classes in our schools and speaking classes in our schools, so that the students could have opportunity to listen and to understand. So the 4 skills: listening, speaking, reading, writing, and 3 essentials, that is semantics, collection of words; number 2, phonetics, pronunciation; number 3, syntax, that is grammar. Now these, when you are going to have a competence in English language, keep in think that 2 are input skills, inputs, and 2 are output. Reading, that's the input. If you are going to increase your reading, definitely your output would increase, and output is your speaking or your writing. So reading increases your skill of writing and speaking. And the second skill input tool is listening. If you are listening more, definitely you will improve in the case of your writing, and also in the case of your speaking. So 2 are input and 2 are output. Reading and listening are input. When you would increase your listening and your reading, then 2 output skills, that is speaking and writing, they would definitely improve. Hence you could be able to have a competence, and then there comes the practice and further refinement of your language competence, and eventually after correctness, then you will come to the greatness of language competence, and definitely that will bring fruit to you. Thank you. Wishing you all the best.